Hello everyone, welcome to the channel. So in this video, we're going to talk about land guards and digging fees in Ghana. Land guards are people who have assigned themselves to cause issues on site when you are trying to do anything, whether that's building a house, whether that's building anything construction related, even a wall, it will show up to cause issues. And what they want is something known as digging fee, a term that they came up themselves, literally, because the moment you dig the ground, they will show up and come for their digging fee. So these land guards are not employed by the government. They are not employed by the state. It is not a legal entity. These are just youth or individuals who have acquired some sort of weapons and have made it their mission. They've come together kind of like a gang, basically, and they've made it their mission to go around and cause issues with regards to if you're trying to build a house, a wall, whatever. The moment you dig the ground, I do not know how they find out, but I think they have people around. The moment you dig the ground, the moment you touch the ground, they will show up immediately. After a few hours, they will show up for their digging fee, and usually they will name some outrageous price. And it's funny because they actually price you based on how much they think the land costs, right? So certain areas are more expensive than other areas. It's bizarre, I know. They try to associate themselves with the chiefs that they are taking care of the land. They are the reason why your land has not been stolen. They are the reason why your land is safe and still breathing. That you are here to work on it, and they deserve the money that they are, requesting for. And they are armed when they come. Usually, they are holding, machetes, and some of them even have guns. And they won't do anything to you so long as you are cooperating. Of course, you can fight them off. So I'm gonna give you some examples I've encountered personally. And recently, I encountered some bizarre situation where actually the land guard ended up giving us a receipt. Can you believe that? But we only paid the amount because the person who was selling the land was willing to do that and kind of keep peace. So that wasn't our money. But I want to give you guys these examples and see whether should you pay these land guards when they show up or should you not? So I'm gonna give you guys some examples. We're gonna talk about if you should pay or you shouldn't. When I was building my house, they showed up. I wasn't here. Bismarck was here, and they wanted money. These guys, I don't think they were not that brutal. They came in here requesting for money, and we tossed them back and forth. Send them, oh, tomorrow the boss is not here. Play politics with them, right? And then the next day they came. One of them came, and I think they gave the guy like 200 CDs or something like that, and he went away. But then he told another person to come in. So a different crew came in, and that's when we told them to basically kind of fuck off. And that was it. By then, I moved really fast with my building. So by then, we already, once like they see you like already out of the ground, then they back off. And that was it. So we essentially ended up paying 200 cities to them. When I was building my wall, my older brother told me that they came around as well. He ended up giving them some money. So the moment you start working, when you dig in the ground, they will come. And you can try to fight these guys off, right? Which we've tried before. My little brother's land, they came to cause a lot of issues. Actually, even seized our equipment that we were using to build. I wasn't here. I was in East Legon. Bismarck wasn't around, but they seized our stuff, and we had to negotiate with these guys, bring the price down for them to bring our stuff. Can you believe that? We had the options, right, to bring the police or the soldiers in. But if you bring the police in today, they are smart. They're not stupid. They're not going to come in. When the police is not there tomorrow, they will come, right? So it's very annoying dealing with these guys. And going to the police, buying gas, going there, waiting for a long time. You have to buy them lunch, something. You end up spending more, if that. So you might end up spending more. Sometimes in certain situations, you just get your peace of mind and just pay them off. Sometimes, but we try to fight and pay the least possible, right? Because they're armed, they are ruthless, and they're not going to let your workers work. And one thing could lead to the other, and you might actually have a real problem. Ghana, though, is trying to solve this issue and kind of stop all this craziness, right? You only experience this in the greater Accra region. If you go anywhere else to build, nobody's doing that. This is only happening in greater Accra region. Like I said, it's not formed by the government. Individuals who got together, and it's multiple groups. You could look at them as gangs. And they come in to cause issues when you're trying to build. I don't know how long this has been around, but it's been around for a long time. Once you start the construction, they will show up. The greater Accra region, they will show up. And maybe around Eastern region, we're talking about Bree, the hot spot, they will show up. They go to hot spots, right? And some of them literally make a living from this. Some people are really rich. The head of the land guards, people do this for years and they get rich. And it's funny how they price you based on the value of the land. So recently we sold land to a client, and we did the war and all that already. But these land guards, these ones, they are really advanced. The ones that we dealt with on this situation, really advanced. They didn't come in with anything. As a matter of fact, they called the owner of the land, the previous owner, and told them the deal. Like, they can come there and cause issues, but they don't want to go through that. They have respect for them and all that. So it came out of the land money. So the client didn't have to pay. We didn't have to pay. It came out of the owner of the land's money. They are willing to pay up, and everything was peaceful. And this land guard, can you believe this? This land guard actually gave us a receipt. He gave us a receipt that if somebody comes around requesting for money, we should let them know. They came around and we've paid. So we had a receipt. Can you believe that? This illegal entity has made himself legal and operating like a whole government entity. And there was nothing you can tell these guys. And when we finished paying, you know what he said? He said he should have even charged more because, I mean, we didn't do anything on the land for a long time. And, you know, he's being really lenient and all that. Very annoying situation. So should you pay these guys or not? I just gave you a whole bunch of scenarios. Sometimes they're not requesting for much. You might just kind of bullshit them and give them something small, and then you just leave them as that. Sometimes though, they might be asking for some ridiculous amount of money, and then you might have to take them on because it's worth it to buy the police lunch and all that, come around so you can start your business. So they can basically kind of like, you know, go away. You know what I mean? So sometimes you shouldn't pay, but sometimes for peace of mind, if you think about the energy back and forth, sometimes, you know, if it's not much, it's something that you have to do. I've been there, paid, situations where I've paid, and situations I haven't paid. The choice is yours, but Ghana do have a whole police division to tackle these guys, known as the anti-land guard unit, right, at the police headquarters. And they go around. Recently, I think about 2 weeks ago, they shot 9 of these land guards, shot them dead. So yeah, it's brutal out here. And these guys, eventually, I think that they'll put an end to this eventually. But as of now, they are still out here being really annoying. The moment you dig the ground, they'll show up. An hour, 2 hours later, they'll show up. And you're like, where are these guys coming from? Where are they getting a hint? You know what I mean? Very annoying. This wraps up land guards in Ghana and digging fees. If you've not subscribed to the channel already, kindly do so. Like this video as it helps with the algorithm. Comment, let me know what you think. And until next time, my friends, be legendary. Peace.